setup. Now, to be fair, I believe it was Iba that replaced Jumy with, I think he replaced him with Bonan, right? That's it. I think Iba replaced Jumy with Bonan, and then Jumy was left on his own. He was like, I need a Zerg player in my life. And Yakov, he came to him when he needed him most. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But here we go. Here we go. We're getting into our next best of 3, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Yellow Jackets, we have our Protoss and Zerg duo. We have Jumy and YoungYakov. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the double Protoss team for the first time. We have the blue team. We have Arrogfire and Krystianer. And again, this is a first time that they're signing up for a 2v2 tournament together. This is a first, and we'll see how they work together here. I'm curious. I'm excited. Meanwhile, Jumy and YoungYakov, again, they're very well experienced together. They do ladder together as well. It is going to be early gas, so gas pool opener out of YoungYakov. So earlier link speed out of our Zerg player. Meanwhile, we do have Nexus first. Jesus. And they just pinged that as well. So straight up Nexus first out of Jumy, hyper greed out of our Protoss, and hyper aggression out of Yakov. Okay, yep, and you can see the pings here as well. The fact that they're pinging, this might also mean that Arrogfire and Krystianer might not be on voice comms. Sometimes they ping while on voice comms as well, though. That's also a factor. Like, some teams, they're on voice together, other teams aren't on voice together. Like, whenever MaxPax plays with Spirits, like MaxPax, he pings a lot. Does a lot of pings. But here we go. So now we do have a 2-gate follow-up out of Jumy. Lings are moving out. Remember, link speed is almost done. More than halfway. And back then we're walling up, and honestly, really nice setup here. As I mentioned before, we're not often used to seeing double Protoss teams here, but we do see Krystianer walling off the southern wall. Meanwhile, we do see Arrogfire walling off the northern wall as well, or the northern entrance, I should say. So they both wall off here on Yellow Jacket, and this looks like experienced. Like, this looks well rehearsed, I should say. That's a better way of putting it. Looks well rehearsed. I'm loving it. Behind the Stargate opener out of Krystianer. Oh no! Ooh, as Arrogfire, he does get surrounded. I like how they both just pinged. Like the red and blue team just pinged. But again, like they're pinging a lot here. The blue team, I mean. Ooh, as Jumy going for a proxy Stargate. Okay. Proxy Stargate out of Jumy. I mean, all the Protoss players are opening up Stargate. Jesus. We have a Stargate open out of Arrogfire, Stargate by Krystianer, and Stargate by Jumy as well. Meanwhile, we do see YoungYakov, a later expansion, late drones here. The Lings didn't achieve too much. This wasn't really worth it. Was not worth it. As Yakov economically here is falling behind everyone else. So he's got a lot of droning to do. A lot of droning to do here for Yakov. So let's back in. Tyler counts a follow-up out of Jumy. Oracle's on the way for both players. As Krystianer, he moves out across the map. Does move out. Shield battery's ready. I'll say that YoungYakov, he's more exposed. Oracle is deflected. Queen is in position. Drones are going to be going down. He gets 1, he gets 2. 2 drones do fall. Meanwhile, Jumy does bust into the main of Arrogfire. Taking 3 probes, not bad. 3 workers going down. Lings, they do bust in. Yeah, Lings, they did slip through the wall. The wall was open. And Arrogfire, he has no mining. Yeah, 0 economy here for Arrogfire. No mining at the natural, no mining in the main. Brutal damage. As Lings get a full scout. They get eyes on the Phoenix production. Phoenix is on the way. Stage trap going to be going off. Will connect. Oof. Catching our Stalker, but oh, that is still not worth it though. The Oracle does fall. A better defense here from Jumy. Does defend well. Meanwhile, Lings are still wreaking havoc. They're still on the bases. Take another probe. They're still just bullying Arrogfire here. Probes are going down. Jumy reinforcing, moving in with 2 oracles. Remember, 2 oracles, they can one-shot probes. They can one-shot workers. And there's still no shield barrier, there's still no stalks in position. Oracles move in, and Arrogfire, he just cannot mind. If you remember, we spoke about this in the previous series with Damaga and, oh my god, with Damaga and Starfish. Actually, we can bring it up here. We spoke about this, how on this map, specifically, whoever spawns in close to their opponent is exposed, right? These bases are just straight up exposed, and they both belong to Arrogfire. Meanwhile, look at Jumy and YoungYakov. We spoke about this, about how well rehearsed in 2v2 they are, how they share kind of the load here, where the main base of Yakov is exposed and his natural is safe, is secure, it's further back. So they kind of share which bases are exposed here. Otherwise, they'd be bullied like this. Otherwise, one player would just take all the abuse, which is what's happening to Arrogfire. Whereas if the same was happening here, it'd only be Jumy having some damage to his natural and Yakov taking some damage to his main, instead of just one player taking all the damage. So, feels Arrogfire, man. Ay, ay, ay. As he's been taking a lot of damage, a lot of hits. Speaking of, Stalker's getting surrounded. This time Krystianer under fire. And we're just moving out. We're just pushing at this point. And the problem here in this kind of setup is that Arrogfire's fallen behind. Out of all the players so far, because he's taking so much economic damage, he is behind. And he can only support in a limited way here. I mean, this is the army. 3 Stalkers. This is Arrogfire. 3 Stalkers here for Arrogfire. Everything else is Krystianer. Red team, they're moving in. Lings, they coming from behind. Ooh, sniping the Oracle. Oracle goes down. Krystianer trying to hold on, trying to hold off on his own. And again, it's a 2v1 here. Yeah, Lings, they collapse forward. And Arrogfire, he just can't really support because of all the damage early on, because of all the economic losses. It's just been far too much. And with that, they just overwhelm. GG gets called, and Yakov and Jumy, they will take game number 1. There it is. GG. GG well played. Again, just a really rough start there. Really rough start for Arrogfire, just getting abused, getting bullied in both bases, in both the main base and the natural as well. Again, the Oracle harass and the Ling run by as well. And that is something you can do here in 2v2, of course, is just target one player. And it's a little bit easier to target one player if both their bases are exposed as well. GG. GG well played. Or I should say, I say exposed, they're more vulnerable, more than the others, of course. And with that, Jumy and YoungYakov, they take a lead in the series, and now we are jumping into game number 2. Game 2 is going to be on Reclamation. We'll see if Arrogfire and Krystianer can bounce back. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Luis in the chat. Gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time. Bienvenidos. Welcome one and all to the uThermal 2v2 circuit, to the last chance qualifier right here in the semifinals. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Reclamation, we have our red team. We have our Protoss and Zerg duo, Jumy and YoungYakov. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have their opponents. We have the blue team. We have the Protoss and Protoss duo of Krystianer and Arrogfire. Here we go, and welcome one and all to Reclamation. Reclamation is one of the more unique maps in the map pool. As you can see here, a big stark difference compared to every other map we've featured so far is that we do not have shared mains. The main bases are separated here on Reclamation. Because of this, all ins can be much more successful because you can target one player and commit to kill one player early on. So we have seen a lot of aggression, a lot of all ins here on Reclamation, just zoning one player away, locking them into a base, and then pushing towards the other player's main instead. Of course, the natural is shared. True, it is shared, so they can make a defense, they can make a stand here, but if they get pushed further back, it can be more difficult to defend your bases. And likewise, not just that, but even if we get into the mid game, it's more difficult to rotate back and forth between your base and your teammate's base to help protect them, to help defend them, just because you're further apart. Main bases are further apart. Meanwhile, gate expand setup here from Krystianer. Likewise, we do have a Gate Cybercore into Nexus from the side of Arrogfire. So Krystianer, he's being a little bit more greedy. Arrogfire, he's being a little bit more secure. Just a little bit of a safer setup. Meanwhile, once again, early link speed, Jesus. Once again, gas pull into a delayed hatchery out of YoungYakov. Meanwhile, Jumy opening up 2 gates. Okay. So I would say a safe opener here by Jumy, a more aggressive opener here from our Zerg player. I mean, I say safe, you can also argue aggression from Jumy. And they're going to commit. We have 2 adepts on the way. Proxy, Jesus, Proxy across the map, they're going for the all-in. Yeah, they're going for the all-in, so again, early link speed. Now you can see here that Yakov, he's not mining gas. He's not mining gas here, so he's not going for a Bane Bust, he's not going for Roaches, it's just purely a link flood out of Yakov. And purely a 3-gate all-in out of Jumy. And hey, we just spoke about how all-ins are a little bit more common here on Reclamation. Ooh, Arrogfire, he does find it. Ooh, nice scout. Very clutch scout here. There's the ping. He does find the proxy. Does notify Krystianer. They are aware. Pylon's under fire. We'll see if they can save the pylon. As they do for now ignore it, they head towards the natural. So far we have a full wall. Solid defensive setup here. Stalkers are on the way. Ling's trying to knock down that front door, going for the gateway. Force field has arrived, or I should say sentry has arrived for the force field. They're holding the line. Holding the defending. Lings, they don't quite break through. Yeah, they test the wall. More shield barriers on the way. Lings, they can't quite break through. Getting into another gateway. And so far, Solid Sim City here from the Protoss team. So far, at least, going for the Artosis Pylon. And Pylon's being focused down. But we have a secondary wall. Yeah, they lock down the Stalker. And so far, Krystianer Arrogfire, they're defending well. They're holding the line. The Oracles are arriving. More warp ins, more reinforcements. Stasis trap as well. And the longer this goes on, the worse it is for the red team. Oh, Stasis is faded. The Immortal arrives as well. Jesus. They have an Immortal, they have force fields. Another wall behind the rocks. Behind this, there's only 4 drones. There is no economy here for the red team. They knock down the rocks. Getting ready to rush forward. But there's still just a wall here. Yeah, Arrogfire and Krystianer, they're just so secure. I should say Arrogfire with this wall. Lings, they go for the dive. Nice control with the prism. Does juggle back. Juggles nicely. 1 sentry goes down. Lings, they flood in. And they just fall back. They just fall back here to the stasis. Stasis, oh my god, massive connection. Stasis goes off. Basically just the Stalkers left. Prism just survive. And once again, nice force field just throwing back the army. Probes are pulled away. Oh, the Prism almost goes down. Almost. So Arrogfire is controlling well. Ooh, the Prism does fall. No more micro, no more control. The Lings aiming for the surround. Another stasis goes off. And we're running at Lings. Running out of Zerg Lings here. It's just Jumy. Only Jumy remains. He's on his own. There's a couple of Lings trickling in. And he's trying to break through. But the longer this goes on, I mean, we have more Immortals. The wall is depowered. Okay, true. Depowers the wall. It doesn't quite get on top of the army. And again, we have more gates on the way. Nothing with the Stargate yet. Just pure Stalker out of Krystianer. Just building up a Stalker army. Collapsing. Nice force fields. Locking down the army as well. Does lock him in. Lings, they just melt against the slow lots. GG gets called. Krystianer and Arrogfire, they survive the all-in. And they will take game number 2, tying up the series 1-1. Whew, we're going to the ace match. GG, well played again. Just really crucial that they scouted the proxy when they did. And again, there was just no other transition out of that from Yakov and Jumy. They just doubled down. They committed to the one-base all-ins. Alas, really nice SimCity there by Arrogfire. He had a really nice wall. He had a secondary wall and a third wall behind it as well. Both players just fully walling up. Likewise, able to land some very crucial stasis traps. Likewise, insane force fields. And GG. GG well played. Just really nice handle defense there from Arrogfire and Krystianer. Very impressive. Nice defense. And with that leads us into the ace match. We're going to be loading into Crimson Research Lab. Let's go. And yo, speaking of, shout out to Jumy and the God, baby guy, Jumy. Oh my god. Hope you had a great time at Home Straight Cup. God, baby guy. Hope you had a great time. Welcome home, papi. Welcome home. Hope you're not too hungover as well. Jumy. Ay, ay, ay. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Have some nice food. Stay hydrated, papi. Stay hydrated. Jumy. But here we go. We're getting into the ace match. And this morning in the top left-hand corner of Crimson Research Lab, we have our red team. We have our Protoss and Zerg duo. We have Jumy and YoungYakov. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have their opponents. We have the Protoss duo here, the double Protoss team. We do have Krystianer and Arrogfire. Okay. Hold on, I just realized that the stream title was not updated, so I do apologize. Let's see. Does this help? There we go. So I couldn't update the stream title because it was too long. It was too long back to the names. Hopefully that's okay. For now though, we are going to be setting up. This time we do have a more standard opener, okay, hatch gas pool. Again, up until now, game 1 and game 2, we had a faster gas opener here out of YoungYakov. That's not the case here, not in the ace match. Meanwhile, we do have the much earlier Nexus here from Jumy. So Nexus first out of Jumy, hatch gas pool out of Yakov. Ooh, and this time it is the blue team's turn to proxy, to commit, to go for the all-in. Let's go. How the turns have tabled, papi. Oh my god. So back at home, it's going to be 2-gate openers. So 2-gate opener out of Arrogfire, 2-gate opener out of Krystianer. Into the proxy. Cybercores are almost done. Show us what you got. So we have the proxy Robo and the double proxy Robo. I'll be honest, I've never seen this before, just because I've never casted a double Protoss team before. So 2 one-base all-ins, proxy Robo and Mass Immortal. Let's go. I don't know what to expect. I don't know how hard this is going to hit. Likewise, proxy gateway there out of Arrogfire, going up to a 3-gate setup. And for the time being, Yakov and Jumy are not aware. Now they're just chilling. Ooh, I say that. Sorry, Arrogfire. Yakov, he does stay in gas. He does stay in gas. He's saturated and he's going for a very early Bailey nest. Does scout across the map. Does confirm no expansion. ACs. The Overlord does confirm no bases, no expansions. Shield batteries are on the way. Safety spine cooler as well. Bailings, they may help a little bit against the Adepts at least. Oh, let's go. Adepts are moving in. Do move in. They don't quite get into the mineral line. I mean, they do deny mining at least. Mining is denied. 1 probe goes down. Gets 1 so far. Likewise gets a drone as well. Couple of worker kills. Immortals are amassing. Krystianer going for the prison first. Dropping into the bases. Dropping into the main. He's headed for the main. Headed for the mineral line. Drone is being zoned away. Good reaction here by Yakov. Does react well. Comes in for the surround. And with that, he will hold. He will defend. At the same time, they do bust in towards the natural. Prism also goes in. The double prism harass. Look, it's a lot of prisms. And we do have actually Arrogfire going into proxy disruptor. Bay's on the way for disruptors. Meanwhile, the mortar production has begun for both Protosses. Still looking for a way in. As Link, he can't quite engage, yeah, not into this. As now they're fully aware of the proxy, they're fully aware of the Robo, of course. Jumy getting his own immortals. They have one Spine Crawler so far. They've got a wall of shield batteries though. It's a lot of shield batteries. Of course, ideally, Jumy wants to fight within range. Does Force Field, does buy some time. Yakov building up more Link Bane. Likewise, a lot of Force Fields. Once again, Jumy just trying to create a choke point. Spine Crawler coming into play. It's going to be targeted down immediately. Does survive. Outside a little bit longer. Island will go down. We see YoungYakov. He has to hold the line. He has to hold back with his army, waiting for those Force Fields to expire. Oh. Doesn't quite commit. Prism goes down. Nice pickup. Takes down the War Prism. Also, I assume it was going to be Disruptor. It's going to be Proxy Colossus. Aye. He's crazy. Going for the Proxy Colossus. More shield barriers on the way. Perhaps they do commit. They come into the mineral line. That was Arrogfire losing his prism earlier, so Krystianer, he has his own. Arrogfire, he has to rebuild. Colossus has arrived. Let's go. And that's going to be ideal against the Link Bane. Price is pushing in. Does push in, breaks the force fields as well. Yo, the Colossus is cracked. Can break force fields, can shut down the Link Bane. Some wasted shots on the Queen though. Yeah, we get a couple of wasted shots. Link Bane rallying in. Banelings that don't quite connect. Colossus shots mainly on gateway units. Mainly the gateway army. So far, Jumy is holding the line. Link Bane once again rolling in. It does roll in, does run away. Nice juggling, but the gateway army is crumbling. Yeah, and with that, they do hold on. Banelings, they zone away the army. Jumy coming in. He wants the Colossus. He wants it. Can he get it? They're just racing on forward, forcing this all the way back, forcing this back to the proxy. There's 4 mortals remaining, but that's what the Lings are for. Yeah, Lings, they do flood in. They collapse on the army, coming for the surround. They do a great job tanking. GG gets called, and with that, Jumy and Yakov, they shut down the all-in, they shut down the aggression, and they will take the series 2-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. They will survive. They will advance on to the finals. GG, well played. Again, a crazy proxy there by Arrogfire and by Krystianer as well. Again, it was brutal that Arrogfire, because he lost his prism, that did delay a second Colossus or extra immortals, so he was delayed when it came to his reinforcements. A lot of momentum was taken away when that prism went down. With that, they were able to hold on a little bit longer. And again, I do appreciate how disciplined YoungYakov was with his Link Bane, right? He never overextended, he never committed, he was always just really respectful of the force fields, really respectful of the army, and only ever dove when Jumy committed as well. So like they did work together quite nicely when it came to how they engaged with the army, just preserving their units over time, and again just playing out a little bit of a longer game there, bearing in mind that time was on their side. The longer it went on, the better it would be for Jumy and Yakov. GG. GG, well played. And eventually they broke out. Eventually they did break through, and with that they will make it through. They will advance on into the qualifying match, into the finals, where they will face off against the winner of our next series. Up next is going to be Geralt and Nick ranked up against Zardiant and Deathmars. Let's go. Just catching up. I love Jumy. I'm always rooting for him. I remember when he first started to try it, and it's cool to see him on the big stage more often. Yeah, it was really cool to hear his story as well. He recently had an interview with the SE Historian. We went over it during the podcast as well, but it was really cool to hear part of Jumy's story about committing to StarCraft, about how he got into StarCraft as well. But again, if you missed it, there was an interview that was released, I want to say like less than a week ago at this point, regarding Jumy and of course his rise in the competitive scene. The interview was conducted at DreamHack Dallas. But for now, we're going to be going on a short break. Here. After the break, we're going to be jumping into the lower semis of Geralt and Nicorette versus Def Mars and Zardiant, and then we follow that into the finals where Jumy and Yakov are waiting for them. Oh boy. So we'll see you guys after the break. See you soon. See you soon. See you soon.